basic site setup for storage control room on Nighthaven Labs. I personally like to hold the site from below, so to start that, I'm going to be opening some holes here, looking in the window from the site below. Try to get another hole in the door here if you have time. It's way easier to deny the window from below than the doors, but it's always nice to have these holes here if possible. Generally people like to make a rotate from storage into control room so you can get to the site without getting shot if they get in the garage door. I made these holes to try to give an idea of just how big the site is from below. This is generally where a lot of people will default plant. If they know you're below, you can actually still kill them a lot of the times if you open up some holes, where I'm looking right now. I made it a little bit bigger just to make it obvious when you get down there, but you don't have to make it this big. A lot of times smaller holes are more than sufficient. I personally like to barricade this door, reinforce that wall here. I'm placing my mute jammers on the wall for wall denial. You can do it any way you want, really. You can try to mute the doors to delay them accessing the site. I also like this hole here. This one I'd say is more important than that one over there. Just for people walking in the site, I generally like to keep this hatch closed and sometimes even reinforced if we're playing below. You have to reinforce this external wall to try to encourage them to go through the window, to go through some of the doors over here. Them getting this wall makes it so they're not going to want to go through the window. Why would you go through the window? You just walk in the site instead. I'll just reinforce that window. Now just going below to give a better idea of what the setup looks like. So this is what I mean. This is the edge of the site where the default plant is. A lot of times you can still kind of see them if they're planting. If you get the right angle, sometimes like C4s will still spread to them depending on the angle. This is the only spot you really have to worry about, but you can always shoot them when they go to enter the site through the doors instead. Just to give you an idea, this is how wide the site is. A lot of times if you're doing this, you want 2 players, maybe someone playing Pulse or the news operator Solus. I like to make a rotation here just to show that there's a lot of ground to cover down here for only one person or even only 2 people. So it's a good idea to have it so you guys have easy access to moving. This is one of the doors that are entering the site. I personally like to reinforce the external wall and potentially the other external wall over there, just to make it so it's safer for your players to be down here. I mean, it's pretty easy if you're just sitting here staring up the window, waiting for someone to jump in. They drone you, this wall's soft, they run down, they ping you, and you just get shot through the wall and die. I like to bring at least a few mute jammers down here to support the players down here, because if they get drones, you know, they have 2 things to worry about: denying the plant, denying entry to the site, and also protect themselves. I personally like to run at least 2 players down here, sometimes even 3, and then maybe only 1 person actually on the site, maybe like a Legion or an Echo, someone who's very self-sufficient. That's about it. You have to be very, very careful and very, very mindful of the plant spot over here. You can also reinforce this wall. I mean, there's not too many, you don't actually need that many reinforcements on site. It's when it's really cool about this site. So you can be creative where you use your reinforcements and put them in places that will help support your roamers or your players holding from below. And that's what I got.